I'm Glenna. Thank you for joining me today. If you hear something in this video that you like, would you give it a thumbs up? And any comments will be greatly appreciated. You also might want to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. If you saw my last video, then you know that it was more of an introduction of what kind of videos I want to do for the year. So we're going to start with this one, which is the New Year's resolutions. Yes, New Year's resolutions. January's behind us, February is here. Are you still on track, or have you fallen off the wagon and just given up by now? I hope you haven't given up, because I have some ways to help you reach those goals and how to make those attainable. If we don't set our goals where we can see the progress and see that we're making progress, then we're not going to go through with it. We're going to give up. I mean, that's just the way we are. So, first thing I want to talk about is weight loss. Probably the number one New Year's resolution. But you know, if you don't stick with it, if you don't have a plan, it's not going to work. We have to have a plan before we can make things happen. So for the sake of the video, I'm going to say you want to lose 100 pounds this year. That's a lot, but it is attainable. But to make it attainable and to make it where it's easier for you to see your progress, here's what we want to do. We're going to take that and we're going to break it down. 100 pounds in 6 months, that's 50 pounds. In 3 months, that's 25. If you're looking at your progress, it's a lot easier to reach 25 than it is 100. So in order to reach that 25, what we want to do is, first of all, you want to write it down. I am old school. I have everything on my phone, but I still like the calendar in front of me. So I'm a visual person. I need to see it written down. So I write it down. One way you might do, and it would be a reminder to you often, is take a dry erase marker and write it on your bathroom mirror. I want to lose 25 pounds by April 1st. And I would suggest that you don't weigh every day. Some people do well with that, but not everybody, and I'm not one of those, because if I see progress, I want to reward myself. If I don't see progress, I'm like, why am I doing this? So I try to weigh and measure. Measure is very important, because if you're working out, you're going to gain muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat. Now, you're still shrinking, but the scales are not going to show it. So you don't want to get caught in that little loop. So what you want to do is setting those goals smaller, like we said, with the 25 pounds in 3 months, very attainable. Change your thought process. Change your eating habits. Start moving your body. That's important. We have to move our body. And like I said in the last one, I kind of cheated because I started a boot camp in October, and it has made a big difference for me in how I feel, honestly, how I move. I was getting very stiff, and it has made a big difference in my life. So I encourage you to get out there and find a program that you like and stick with it. Now, another way you can attain your weight loss goals is you're going to have to eat healthy. So one thing that I like to do is try a new recipe once a week. Find a healthy recipe, try it once a week. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. But I have found some of my best recipes by doing this. Pinterest, the internet, you can find all kind of things out there and all kind of healthy meals. So try it. That's what I've done, and it will help you to reach your goal. But stay on track. Don't get discouraged. Yes, I know sometimes we want to have that chocolate cake that we know we shouldn't have. If it's something that you have been craving for a long time, or you're craving and just can't get out of your mind, take a bite. But you have to limit yourself. Sometimes I think it helps if you do go ahead and treat yourself to that, because then it gets it get it out of the way. Move on then. Now you can do the rest of the day healthy. One bite is not going to make or break. So do it. Just don't overdo it. Another thing I wanted to talk about too is money. Maybe you're wanting to save money this year. How do you save money? Well, you're going to need to see how much you can afford to take out of each paycheck. Now, granted, you may need to cut some corners. You may not eat out as often. Maybe you're going to cook those healthy meals at home. Maybe you're going to stop going to Starbucks as often. And I know I'm stepping on toes, and I'm sorry. I don't really mean to step on your toes, but let's face it, Starbucks is expensive, so cut out a few trips there, and that'll help you to have that money that you need to save. Now you know how much you can take out of each budget, multiply that by the number of paychecks you have, and that's what you can save for the year. We do that in our family, and I will tell you that I have to put that in a totally separate account, because if I can get my hands on it, I'm going to take it and I'm going to use it, and then I'm going to think, I'll put it back next paycheck. But you've already determined how much you can take out of each paycheck, so you can't double that next time. So don't do that. I put it in a separate account. It's there. Forget about it and move on. We do that. We take vacations with that money. Normally, that's what we do with it. We had a family trip to Broken Bow, Oklahoma a couple years ago, where we had over 20 people in our family. We rented a house. We had the food. We spent three days together, and it was really amazing to be able to do that. This past year, we went to the beach. We went to Crystal Beach, and we did the same thing. We rented a house. We had all 20-some people there. We bring our food. Each family decides to cook what meals, and we have a great time, and we reconnect with each other. So find a way to save, and you may want to just find something that you're wanting to spend that on at the end of the year, but this gives you a way of attaining that. You've got the money, so you're not strapped at the end of the year trying to figure out, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to do this and pay for it? You'll be able to, because it's going to be there. Okay, so then the next thing is family. Maybe you're wanting to spend more time with family. We had a family member who had cancer a few years ago. We went into remission, so everything was great, but it came back. When it came back, he wanted to meet once a month and have a family meal at a restaurant. So we started that, and we still do it. He's gone now, but we still meet. So it's a way to reconnect. Now, maybe you don't want to do once a month. We all live close to each other, so it's easy to do once a month, but maybe once a quarter will work, because you're still reconnecting with your family, you're staying close, you're staying in touch, and you're keeping up with what everybody and what's going on, and how everybody's doing, how the kids are doing. It's just a great way to stay in touch, and I encourage you to do that. And I hope you use some of these ideas to make it really worth your while, and I hope that you can succeed. I would appreciate if you comment if this has been helpful or not, if this is something that you think you can do. Let me know if there's other things you would like to hear about. Also, remember, if you like this video, be sure and give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe and hit the notification button. This is Glenna. Y'all have a good one.